Hey guys, good morning. So sorry guys, yesterday I did not take the class because I was busy with office meeting. Apologies for that. So in the last class, what we discussed about SIEM architecture diagram, and also we discussed about cloud connector log integration method. So in the today class, what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss about famous SIEM tool vendors whoever is available in the market. Those vendors, each and every tool architecture, and what is the licensing option, and what is the design, and what is the deployment, and also finally we can discuss about what is the risk score and severity along with log integration methods. So that is the agenda. You no need to be expert in all these tools. So if you know one tool, that is more than sufficient to attend the interviews. You no need to be expert in all these tools. So one or two tools is sufficient putting in the resume and attending the interviews. Okay, clear? Now, why I'm giving, maybe you can ask now, sir, why are giving all these particular SIM tool architecture diagrams and so on? Maybe instead of saying the no, maybe example for example, in your resume it's showing IBM QRadar, and in the Wipro vacancy, they are looking for Splunk vacancy. I'm repeating once again. In your resume, it is showing IBM QRadar, and Wipro is looking for Splunk. In that scenario, instead of saying the no, whenever they will ask, do you know about Splunk? Better you can say, I know backend process, how it will contains, and what is the architecture diagram, how it will work. Only front end console, I'm not sure about that one. So backend process, every vendor is same. If you're giving a chance, I can work on this Splunk as well. Instead of saying the no in the rude or aggressive way, better you can give the convincing answer. Yes, I know about backend process. So that is the reason whatever famous vendors are there right now, those vendors, each and every vendor architectures we can discuss. Any doubt in this one? Did you get it? What did I say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You don't need to be expert in all the tools. If you know one tool, that is more than sufficient. So I will give you about one or two tools at the practical way. So why I'm saying the all the vendors, in case if you are going for any other vendor tool for interview, instead of saying the no to that particular tool, so I know about backend process. Example, this is the way how the backend process will work. Only front end console is different, and so I can work on the front end console if you are giving a chance. So this is the way how the smart answer should be. Instead of saying the rude or aggressive way, I don't know about the tool. Clear? Let's start now. First, we can discuss about Mcafee. Last, we can discuss IBM Curator. Mcafee. So first one is Mcafee. So before going to the Mcafee, first I will give the recap what we discussed in the last class. Generic SIEM architecture contains mainly three components. One is ESM, Enterprise Security Manager. Second one is Log Manager, Log Processor. Third component is Log Collector. So log collector, what it will do, it will collect the logs from different types of log sources. Those log sources are example firewalls, proxy, IDS, IPS, all the for all the servers, all the databases, all the applications. So there are different types of logs. Okay, so then using different types of log integration methods, then it will complete aggregation, parsing, and normalization. Then those logs it will send it to log manager, log processor. Then log manager, log processor it will do processing of the logs, and additionally it will complete so indexing, filtering, and querying part. Okay. Then backend it has a correlation rule engine. Now, whenever any abnormal or malicious activity is happening by the end user or attacker, whatever logic we created, or correlation rule we created, or use case we created, it will hit that particular logic, and front end of the our SIM console alerts will be generated. Okay, our instance will be generated. Now, respect to L1 or L2 or L3 team will take care of the investigation. So that is the way how it will work. Clear? That is the generic one. Now what we can do, we can discuss about dedicated to Mcafee. Mcafee side, what is the architecture? Only terminology it is different, but backend process same as it is. Backend process for every SIM tool is same as it is. Only terminology or acronyms or abbreviations it is different. So in the generic architecture diagram, we can say log collector. In the Mcafee side, we can say ERC, event receiver. In the generic architecture diagram side, we can say log manager or log processor. In the Mcafee side, we will say ELM, nothing but event log manager. And also finally, ESM is ESM only. Clear? Now, what event or receiver will do? Event receiver, it will collect the logs from different types of log sources like a firewall, proxy, IDS, IPS, web application firewall, DLP, encryption, all the servers, all the databases, cloud and applications using different types of log integration methods. Okay. Now those once it will collecting, it will complete aggregation, parsing and normalization. Those logs it will send it to event log manager. Event log manager, it will complete the processing of the logs, and also it will complete filtering, indexing and querying. Back and they have correlation rule engine. Now whenever attacker or internal user they are trying to do the abnormal activity, whatever correlation rule or logic we created in the SIEM tool, it will hit that particular logic, and the front end of the our ESM console alert will be generated. Whenever you are opening the Mcafee tool, what are the information you will see? Okay, you will see dashboard. In the Mcafee terminology, incident is called as incidents only. Incidents are alerts. And case management. When you say case management, so as I said, for tracking of the incidents, or whenever any issue will occur or incident will occur, we will raise a ticket in the ticketing tool. That's what I said. So nowadays, each and every SIM tool vendor or ADR vendor or firewall vendor is supporting directly case management also. When I say case management, total starting once the alert will come, what is the status once investigation completing? So making in progress to closed. Okay. So once any incident or alert will come, first is a new status. From there, we can change it to in progress to closed after completing the investigation. So this is the way how we can change the status. Case management meaning here tracking of the different cases for each and every case status also. That is called case management. Nowadays, each and every vendor or SIM tool vendor is supporting this case management as well. So that's case management. Next one is log activity tab, logs tab. Next one is network tab, nothing but flow data tab. So as I said, all the vendors are not supporting flow integration. Only 3 vendors are supporting the flow data integration. What are those 3 vendors? What are those 3 vendors? See, every SIM tool, not only it will collect the logs, but also it will collect the flow data also. Only 3 vendors are supporting, okay, logs as well as flow data. What are those 3 vendors?
IBM QRadar,
IBM QRadar,
Mcafee,
Mcafee,
and flow data.
HP ArcSight.
HPR, yes, HPR.
HP ArcSight. I given already flow collector method. Under flow collector method already we discussed. So under flow collector method already this concept we discussed. That is the reason I am asking this one. So we can see logs on flow data. Okay. Next one we can see the admin tab. Next one we can see reports tab. Okay. Next one UBA tab we can see. UBA is a additional licensing. And next one we can see threat hunting. Next one we can see SOAR capability. Yeah. So these are all the different reports finally. So these are all the things we can see part of Mcafee. Once you are opening Mcafee, if you are the L3 and you are admin level and you are implementation guy, you can see everything. But it depends on your experience and which vacancy you are selected. That is also based basically. You are not selected for the L2 or L3, you are selected only for L1 level, 0 to 4 years of experience. You can't see all the tabs. Are you getting what I'm saying? So based on your role and whether you are a part of L1 team or L2 team or L3 team or implementation team, according to that one only they will provide the respective tabs access as well. So every person can see all the tabs. Okay. If I'll say, if I'll show practical, then you'll understand. Okay. Most of the cases L1 team, they can see up to flow only. Dashboard. Next one is instance or alerts, case management, logs and flow. These four only they can see. Remaining all the tabs is a part of L3 and implementation also. L3 and implementation only. Your 95% of the work is involved. Anyone, where is your work is involved out of all these tabs? Where is your work is involved out of all these tabs?
Incidents or alerts?
Incidents or alerts is one tab. Second one,
Uh, Logs, sir.
logs or flow data. Next one, final one.
Case management. Reports.
No, reports is part of L3 or implementation only. SOC manager otherwise. Case management.
Case management. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
incidents or alerts is one tab, case management and logs and flow data. These four tabs only, not 99, 100% will work on these four tabs only. Okay, these four tabs are mainly for investigation. Administration tab is for the implementation side. Reports, as I said, this one will be taken care by SOC manager or L3 level. UBA also is a part of L3. Threat hunting is a part of L3. SOAR is also part of L3. Okay.
Sir, for
So
L2 also the same four dashboards, I mean the four
yeah,
tabs.
L2 also. Yeah. Now, but see, it depends, Bindu, basically. It depends
Oh,
on whether you are selecting for the product-based company or service-based company. If you are selecting for this product-based company, you have all the tabs. Even there is no L1, L2, or L3 concept.
okay. Okay, sir.
You are selecting for service-based company, what they are doing, they are making everywhere boundary. L1
Oh,
has to only these tabs and this work they have to do. L2 team has these many tabs and they have to work do this one. It depends on which organization you are selecting. Completely depending on whatever project you are selecting and whichever client you are supporting. It depends.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, but these are the overall tab it contains after opening the Mcafee tool to see every access it contains. So as I said earlier, once again, based on your role and segregation of duties, it will vary from level 1 to level 2, level 2 to level 3 to implementation and architect as well. So now go back to the our Excel sheet. So now Mcafee SIEM tool contains three components. First one is event receiver, ERC. What is second component, guys? ELM, event log manager. Third one, ESM, enterprise security manager. So now backend process. So backend process, I will ask Anurag, are you there? Anurag,
Yes, sir.
can you explain about Mcafee backend process, how the alert will be generated based on the diagram? I explained already. And also I given generic architecture diagram also yesterday, how it will work backend process. You have to explain all these once they will ask about architecture diagram and how it will work. Okay, can you explain about Mcafee backend process, how the alert will be generated based on this diagram? So what Mcafee contains mainly three components. What is the first component? ERC, event receiver. Second component, ELM, event log manager. Third component, ESM, enterprise security manager. What event receiver will do?
Like
What event receiver will do?
the same thing, like aggregation, patching, and
No, you have to explain the proper way at the time of interview. Event receiver, it will collect the logs from different types of log sources.
yes,
Firewall, proxy, EDR, DLP, encryption, HDS, HAPS, NADS, NAPS. Okay, so web application firewall, all the cloud, all the database, all the applications, all the endpoints, all the infrastructure, vulnerability management, email gateway, and so on. Using different types of log integration methods. Okay, so
okay.
those log integration methods will be what Mcafee is supporting right now. I will write that one also here. Syslog is obviously every vendor will support Syslog. Next one is WMI, MSRPC. Next one is collector agent, cloud connector, even API also. So these are all methods will be supported by our Mcafee. Using these method, log collector, it will event receiver, it will collect the logs and it will complete aggregation, parsing and normalization. Those logs it will send it to event log manager. Now event log manager will do processing of the logs. Additionally, it will complete filtering, querying and indexing. Now whenever attacker is trying to do some of the suspicious activity, whatever correlation rule we created or use cases we created or logic we created or detection rules we created, based on those detection rules, front end of the respect to Mcafee tool, alert will be generated or instance will be generated. Once those alerts are triggered or will be generated, as a L1, L2, L3 team, we are taking care of the respect to instant investigation. This is what you have to explain. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, not only for just Anurag, it's for everyone. So Ajay, Rani, Latifa, Lingaya, Linga, okay, Nagajyoti, Naveen Reddy, everyone. Clear now? Sisikamala.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this backend process?
Yes, sir.
Compulsory entire question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Now we are going to discuss about in depth now. That you will make it notes, right? I no need to write it because I had already given for the generic one. Just you have to change the names only here. What the name you have to change? Instead of log collector, what you have to change now? In the Mcafee side?
ERC.
ERC. That's correct. So in the similar way, in the log manager side, what you have to change?
ELM.
ELM, event log manager. That's perfect. And last final one is, yeah, remaining everything is same as it is. Clear now how to do it and what to do it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Otherwise, I can change now itself. So instead of the log collector, only terminology is changing, remaining functionality wise is as it is. Event receiver. It will collect the logs from different types of log sources. And here, then those logs it will send it to the log processor. No, here, what is the component here? Event
ELM. Event.
log manager, ELM. That's right. ELM. And finally, here also ELM. So that is about Mcafee backend process. Now next one is additional licensing. First licensing. Licensing how we can purchase based on the 2 to 3 parameters. So licensing is always based on GB per day. Per day, how much data is generating or storage is generating. That is one factor. Second one is total number of end users. So based on these two parameters, even we can consider total EPS also. Anyway, EPS we can take it and we can calculate the storage. So I'm not giving EPS count now. So you can say these two, that's fine. If I'll give EPS also, that's okay. But if I'm saying these two, that's fine. GB per day and total number of end users. So that is the licensing. Any SIM tool, so the licensing is same as it is. Now, additional licensing. Additionally, what are the features or licensing we have to purchase? First one is GTI, Global Threat Intelligence. So if you want to yesterday entire question, this one, what is threat intelligence feeds? What is threat intelligence feeds or threat feeds? Yesterday entire question, this one, what is threat intelligence feeds or threat feeds?
It is regular cyber security updates we will receive from commercial or open source.
Exactly, that's right. The news related to malicious IP addresses, malicious URL links, malicious domains, malicious hash values regularly we will receive from either open source or commercial. So those threat intelligence or IOCs, proactively we can go and we can block in our organization level so that it can reduce the risk from the organization point of view. Okay, so already given notes as well. So second one is global threat intelligence. So if you're purchasing the respective Mcafee SIEM tool, we have to purchase one of the commercial threat intelligence license also. That license in the Mcafee terminology is called as GTI, Global Threat Intelligence. So second one, we have to purchase threat hunting capability or licensing. Okay, so threat hunting is using based on the queries, but every vendor is not supporting query based threat hunting part except Splunk, Sentinel, Elk, and Securonix. Remaining all others are user friendly. So third one is UBA, user entity behavior analytics. Fourth one is SOAR capability. Next one is we have to purchase a couple of other modules also from the Mcafee side only. ADM, application, data monitor. Next one we have to purchase DEM, dedicated to database event monitor. Next one we have to purchase premium support. So premium support meaning here warranty. Whenever you're purchasing fridge or maybe fan or maybe television or air conditioner, so they will give warranty, right? So same way, so premium support is called as a warranty in our technical terminology in the IT and software industry. Whenever any issues will occur, now we have to raise a case with the vendor to solve those issues, right? So that's called premium support. So even they have their own storage also. It's for hardware devices. So if you want storage from the Mcafee, we can purchase from Mcafee directly. Otherwise, you can use a SAN or NAS. We discussed already this one. Part of retention policy. How many days we have to store the logs. So storage hardware devices they are giving to us. Otherwise, you can purchase your own way, like a SAN or NAS or cloud storage. Okay. So magnetic tapes, hard disk, all these are for third party. So these are all the additional licensing we have to purchase. Next one, implementation side. We have standalone implementation, deployment or implementation. So we have design or deployment. So design or deployment, what are the different types of deployments we can do? If it is single location, we can use standalone. Multiple locations we can use. We discussed part of EDR and also we discussed part of vulnerability management. What is multiple locations deployment is called as? Multiple locations deployment is called as?
Distributed.
That's right, distributed. So distributed deployment, multiple locations. If you want to implement cybersecurity SOC operations, that is called distributed. Next one. So now all the components, example in our scenario, what are three components? ESM, ELM, ERC, ERC available in the single hardware box. One dedicated hardware box. That box we can call all-in-one box. If all the subjects are there in the one guide, we can call all-in-one guide, right? In the similar way, all the components are there in a single device, that is called all-in-one box. Small and medium level of the organization companies, we can directly purchase all-in-one box itself. There is no need to purchase individual components. So the third one is all-in-one box. So next one is implementation side. So we have software based implementation, nothing but we have to purchase software from the vendor. On top of the Windows server or Linux server, we have to implement Mcafee SIEM tool software. Second one is hardware-based implementations. Hardware-based implementations. So software and hardware and all-in-one box also. So these are the three different implementations we can implement. Next one, severity of the alerts. So what is the severity of the alerts will come? There are 5 severity. One is critical, high, medium, low, and finally informational. So these are all the severity level of the incidents. So critical score. So score basically from 0 to 100. Now you can tell me what the incident score for the critical one or risk score for the critical one. Risk score for the critical one.
80 to 100.
80 to 100, 100, yes. 80 to 100. On the high side,
60 to 80.
yeah, 60 to 80. Next one, medium,
40 to
40 to 60. Low,
20 to 40.
yeah, 20 to 40. Final information is 0 to 20. So these are the severity levels and the incident score or risk score. So that is about severity of the alerts or risk score for each and every incident. Okay. Next one is log integration methods. What are the different log integration methods is supporting by our Mcafee tool? So as we discussed already, I provided in the diagram also. First one is syslog. Second one is collector agent. Third one is WMA method, Windows Messaging instrumentation. Fourth one, MSRPC. Next one, cloud connector. Last one, API. So these are the methods are supporting by our Mcafee, how to integrate the logs to respect to SIEM tool. Next one, what is CEF format name in Mcafee? So common event format name is common event format only, meaning here it will convert different types of log formats into Mcafee understandable format. What is that format name? CEF. Next one, backend databases. Which database backend it will use? Any guess? Any guess? Not guess, already I given answer also. What is the backend database Mcafee will support? SQL, that's right. Structured query language, SQL database. Okay. So that is about overall Mcafee related licensing, additional features, design or deployment, implementation, under severity and risk score, log integration methods, and also common event format. Finally, so which database backend it will support. Okay. So in case if any point of view they are asked, do you have experience on Mcafee? Yes, I know how to the backend process Mcafee it will do. It contains the 3 components. You can explain all the backend process. Additionally, licensing is GB per day and total number of end users, and also distributed designer deployment is standalone, distributor, and all-in-one box, and implementation. You can cover everything so that okay. So respect interview will think like okay, they know everything about overall Mcafee side. Clear? Any doubt in Mcafee? Any doubt in Mcafee?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's move to next one now.